Huh. Well, we did a little bit of exploring in Mystery Lake, both in the fog and not in the fog, and ended the day by finding the moose, not where we needed him, and well spent the night in Trapper's cabin. Hello, everybody. This is Frogman, and welcome back to The Long Dark. And our interloper character, we're working on getting ready to do a few things. So we've made a decision. We're going to take care of one of the bigger problems, which is we need to get that last little bitty cool piece of clothing that we don't currently have that is going to help us be able to carry a little bit more weight, which is the moose hide satchel. And that is going to take 10 hours of time, or at least a day worth of crafting once we have a moose hide satchel or moose hide down for, I think it's 12 days or 10 days or something. It's a long time. I wanted to at least get that done before we headed back to Pleasant Valley so that we could gather up a bearskin coat or the bearskin parts and bring the bearskin parts and all of the things that we left in Pleasant Valley back over here. Going to be a lot of backtracking and a lot of ups and downs and arounds abouts, and I don't think there's going to be an easier way of doing this outside of going to an area where we know there's going to be a moose that's readily available. Unfortunately, it blizzarded, which means very likely he's not there right now. And that's just the way the game likes to play. It likes to throw cards at me. We're going to go back over there. If he's there, I'm shooting him. If not, we're going to Pleasant Valley. We're going to go get all of the parts, and then we'll just figure out how in the heck we're going to deal with this. There is going to be some definite stuff that we're going to want to go look for. And I do believe I'm still possibly there's a for certain we're going to go to Bleak Inlet. So if nothing else, what we can do is figure out where we can get one down in Bleak Inlet and then do the circle around Forlorn Muskeg and then go from there. We do need to go to the camp office, or at least to the Overlook Cave. I'm debating very heavily right now, making a very quick run to the last cabin on the outside of the lake, on the end, just to see if something else is over there. But let's go back, see if Senior Moose is here, because the bear, I just saw him. He didn't despawn, or at least he might have just respawned. We need this guy down. We need that done. I really hate to just do it, but we'll have to do what we have to do. This, again, it's all about a preparatory. I guess I could do the... You there? Are you there, buddy? Sometimes the game does that. Sometimes you do this and this, and he'll show up, even though he wasn't there before. If you're standing up there, he'll do that. Anyhow, whatever. Let's go see what we can do. We need to go capture or collect up a moose. We need to go harvest a moose, and I don't think I have at least 2 hours worth of firewood, or at least if we do, we probably just used it, so we also need to pick up every piece of firewood we can get our hands on, and there should be plenty of wood around over there. I'm going to try to cook as much of him as I can right there, and then what we'll do is we'll try to figure on just backpacking a bunch of food back over to the dam from there. I do like that moose, but I don't like that moose, and of that, that's a large amount of food that you end up putting in a spot that is kind of secluded. We're going to run right by him because he was howling. Amazing. Either way, we have plenty of availability of food. We've got all of those other deer and all of those other things. We should be okay. Are you going to go over that rock? Really? Huh. I will be. Well, here. I guess I can use the arrow points. Do you want some arrow points they're taking out on? Yeah, I guess the deer's going to run away. Come here. Kind of sad walking by all this firewood. All right, more arrow points. Let's get over the hill over here. Let's go see if our great horned friend is here. Or if he despawned. Rabby rabbits are here. I should probably pick a cattail or two, although that's not necessary. We do have quite a few. I don't believe the bear is over here either, so that means we ended up with... Well, ended up with the clear-cut bear and the one at Trappers, which, again, not terrible, not amazing. And the unnamed pond moose. Would make this zone a very livable long-term zone. It's actually not that bad. You could live over here for quite a while. Because you can get you can get the bear that's over at Clear Cut all the way back to the trailers. So it is a kind of a fun thing. Or you could get him to come over here. I mean, he will come over that hill and come down here. So let's see what we can't do about this guy. Likely, I'm going to have to shoot him a dozen times. We're going to have to cheese him, get him up on a log, if he didn't despawn. Although... we're awfully light on our feet. Hey. And we do this. Now, I might have scared him doing that, but if I go down... No, I didn't. This is the kind of a trick you can do with him. He'll come over here by the house. Here, Moosey. Hey, Moosey. Or not. Okay, well, that works fine, too. Yay! Thank you very much, sir. I've been looking for one of you guys for a while. Excellent. Moose on the ground. Beautiful. Get a fire going. Let's get this over with. I do not have enough wood to get him down and taken care of, but we can at least... well, we can at least do a little bit. We can store a lot of the food over here and do a bit of cooking and all those kinds of fun things. Let's get this guy cut up and get going. Excellent, 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 excellent. Actually, I would have loved to have gotten him a little bit closer to one of these. You know what? Just in case, we'll put it over here. Now, the trick that you can do, and it's sometimes I get rather impatient, especially when we're trying to be on a little bit of a time schedule. He will run clear over to the front of that cabin. He will run all the way over there, right within reach of that cabin, if you want him to. I would much rather have him kind of in between some of, like, I would much rather have had him down, like, say, right around in these two trees. That way you have both the moose body and all of the trees to be able to kind of protect your wind proofness. But he will, and if you're patient with him, you can get him to run right over there, no problem. Like, he got within, well, like, right here. And if I'd have just gone back out, had him run up to us again, he would have died over there. Or I'd have missed, and he'd have trampled us. But anyhow, let us, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the main trick with these, again, the larger animals, given the fact you have to carcass harvest them in 2 hours, peel food off of them. You notice the minute and hour and a half. So if I go over here again and say carcass harvest, and it doesn't matter what tool you use, and you stop right about there, your food will be done. You put it over there, and then you can peel 2 more off of him. Cook it again, and that way you have a plenty amount of food to do a few things. Now, well, we're going to finish this, unfortunately, and it looks like we're fixing to have a snowstorm. So let's try to get as much of this done as possible. This is the thing. This is what it's going to do. So I should have an hour and 1 minute left on that. We'll add a few more sticks to here just in case. We'll finish this, and it doesn't matter what tool you use, so just finish the job. If you do that, that way you know you have enough food taken care of that you can continue to kind of work on whatever it is with the fire that you have left. So we have a few more minutes there. We'll go grab all this for now.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, I know it's heavy. We'll go ahead and get this setting up now. And sure, we'll just bloop, bloop, bloop all that down right there. Amazing. And then we'll put all this stuff in here to go there. Drop. Wonderful. And yeah, I think the next trick we're going to do is, well, the next trick, actually, I don't need half of this stuff. Can we just drop everything that's heavy, given the fact that we're right here? Like, all of this stuff is fairly lightweight, given what it is. That's the only thing I love about this kind of material versus the animal gear. The animal gear is stupidly heavy compared to everything else. What we can do now, given that we've got those guys cooking over here, and yeah, we ended up with some floaty meat, is I would normally now go ahead and harvest one of these.
What have we here?
But since I, left everything over there, what we'll do is that'll allow me to carry... Well, I guess we can carry two of them, but because you can haul things to a remotely safer area where if we end up needing to deal with Mother Nature in a blizzard, we can deal with Mother Nature in a blizzard over here. And if you dump all of the heavy stuff in your pockets, like all of your clothes, your water, which I didn't drop, but that's fine, you can carry just a slight amount more and still be able to run. It's a big deal later on when you're trying to harvest a large carcass harvest animal that when you're wearing something like the bearskin coat, all the other clothes, because it gets really heavy really quickly. To the point, I mean, if you dump all of your clothes, it's the same point. But at least with this house, we have multiple locations we can build fires to kind of cook this guy up. So what I'm going to do now, I think, I forget, does this one work right there? One of these you can get this to sit right here. Usually what I'll do is I'll build a fire like right on the outside of here, but I think this time we'll do it right there. We'll get some water going. I forgot to put the stuff down. Please nothing try to eat me. And I'm going to go cook through as much of firewood as I have on this readily available, even if that means I need to go harvest one of the limbs or something laying around. I want to try to cook up as much of this moose as possible. And maybe even one of those rabbits too. I don't know. Add all of your fuel, well, at least most of your fuel to this. We'll need an hour at least of run time on that. And I left my pot over here. Give me all that stuff back. Put these things down or you end up dead. Pick up all the stuff. Thank you. And put the pot down. Go make water. We're going to be here for a little while. Sure, cool. So grab me one of these. Yeah? All right, cool. And we're only going to do to there, and we're only going to do that much for right now because I don't want those short pieces. Now that we have something to cook, come on, drop it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, good deal. We can then make another fire with that same match. And I think we'll make this one on the back here just in case. Sometimes what I'll end up doing is I'll chase fires around a building like this because you've got a windbreak in 4 different directions, or at least 6 different directions, given the angle of which way things tend to burn or blow. So that way you'll be able to cook a lot. And if you're outdoors, there's no reason not to do this unless a blizzard comes up. So we'll do all of that. You can have a piece of coal. That's 2 hours of time on this. And you can have a piece of coal and a piece of meat. All of these are going to take an hour to cook. When I start cheesing, the cooking method is when I start dealing with the bigger animals. I cut these things in half. For right now, I'm going to make sure we have several of them set up at the same thing. But if I want to try to get this over with in a, it's the same amount of time generally, but I'm always trying to get as much food as possible down. These are going to be a lot of food. They're 900 calories. Half of that is still quite a bit of food. So hopefully we're not going to get screwed. But I'm going to spend a little bit of time cooking and harvesting. All of these are going to end up in well, I'm going to go ahead and take that off for sure. All of these are going to be in kilo or 1.1 pound pieces just because they cook faster and it's easier to deal with things that way. So I guess I'm going to cut it right here. I may have to go get some more firewood. We need a week's worth of food or more so that we can finish this project, and getting him down when we got him down is going to be absolutely perfect. So I will see you all once the outcome of all of this is over with, I think. Or at least once I run out of firewood. There's a maple. Anyhow, I'll see y'all in a little bit. Oh, I love this game. Well, we're getting kind of cut into a corner, as I figured the game was probably going to try to do. Let's see if it'll do it some more. Yep, there's the blizzard I knew was coming. Did I manage to get this finished? No, we got 2 minutes. This is the beauty. Oh, no, just leave that right there. No, leave it right there. Get that one picked up. Pick it up, please. Again, sometimes you'll find yourself chasing things around a fire, and I needed just 1 more minute to get that done. We're good to go. Everything's good. You kind of work your way around, and like I said, when you have a decent windbreak like this, you can stay warm, you can stay out of the weather, and you can manage to complete quite a few things. So that's done. We'll pick this. We'll get the torches off of it because we're done with everything else. All of the meat is cooked. We can go inside and enjoy our freshly cooked meat and a few other things. And I'm going to have to pass quite an amount of time catching up with a few things. But we got our moose cooked down. We have all the food in the world we need. We've got plenty of water right now. How much does this weigh? Right. All right, well, we need to do some more finish work in this zone. So I think we'll leave this here. Then we're going to go, like I said, we're going to go take about a week's worth of food, maybe more than that, over to the dam, and then go to Pleasant Valley and get all of those parts. I know it makes absolutely no sense, but we'll go get all of those parts. And I'm only saying this because I know that there's only one source of food over at Pleasant Valley that if it's there, we probably should take it. But again, I don't plan on us ever going back to Pleasant Valley for a really long time. I think I'm going to do a little bit of preparation. We're going to do a little bit of thinking. I'm going to look at how much time we have on this episode, and then we'll go from there. I was just going to say I was going to catch you guys up with the fact the blizzard was going to catch us and stuck us in the house, but at least we got everything done. So, again, I'll see you all in the morning. Alrighty then, it is now time to sit down and figure out what's going with us. I am going to leave the hammer sitting right here so that we know where it's at. We will be coming back to get it because we're going to make our satchel in trappers. I'm just going to leave this here to cure. It's already, a day in, 17% in it. We're going to come back. We're going to rebuild this in trappers, which means I'm going to leave all those guts here as well. This deer hide and all that kind of stuff, if it's ready to go when we get back, we may think about repairing some of our gear with it, at least this, at that point. We're going to go outside. We're going to gather up as much stuff as we possibly can think of. And with the rest of the day, head back to the dam. I'm going to drop all of my water because I don't want to bring any with us. I don't need any of that extra weight. We need to be as light as possible. So that means I'm even going to go ahead and probably dump a bunch of the firewood that I have on me still. And I need to get rid of a bunch of things. We're going to bring as much of this food with us as possible. I know this is a bad idea. I don't really care. So I'm going to bring... That's 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, 6 day. Those are full. So 7, 8, 9, 10. How heavy are we now? We're going to be incredibly stinky. How heavy are we? Do 2 more. Go. All right. This is probably one of the dumbest things I've done in a really long time. Taking a full stink meter back to the dam from here. It would make more sense to take a full stink meter to the other side of the thing. We're going to do this because we're eventually going to Bleak Inlet via the fact that we do a circle around the rest of this area. So as long as we're not ridiculously heavy and any of this food that we don't manage to eat, given the fact that it will take at least 4 days to make this bear coat and the gear and the deer pants that we will have when we come back, it will make sense to lose well fed if we need to. And the only reason why I'm going to say that is because in that amount of time we'll be able to gain it right back. So we're going to walk right straight through bear country and wolf country with 3 full stink meters. And if I'm really lucky,
Sure getting cold.
the only thing that's going to happen is we're going to lose some more health. And by the way, I forgot to say that in the last cut. The reason why we are down on health, the reason why we were so down on health, is because of the fact that I went out and harvested several cedar limbs around the unnamed around that cabin, and it was cold enough that we took a decent amount of damage every single time. Now, the fun part about this is,
Breathing.
given the direction the wind is blowing, this is not a stupid idea. The only problem it's going to be is if it gets really, really, really foggy and we won't be able to see a wolf coming at us. Carnivores will follow your tracks or follow your scent trail to the angle that you took. So if you want to kind of be silly and play with them, you can kind of do the old zigzag back and forth or maybe go one direction and come around. But the bear didn't see us. The bear didn't smell us, which means likely we're not windy. I guess we're not. Okay, cool. Well, we're just going to walk back, and if anything happens, I'll be sure to say something. I could not figure out why I heard padded feet on wooden boards. I guess we like to walk around in our socks. Somehow we made it all the way over here and did not see a single wolf. Interesting. So we'll go ahead, drop this all off right over here by the dam, understanding that we do have a small, well, we have a reasonable amount of deer meat left over there. Again, we've got several deer hides and whatnot laying around all over the world should this person ever decide that they want to come back to the old world. But with that being said, we're going to go do this. I'm going to go drop all of that right here, knowing that it's all cooked and ready to go. I forgot to eat before we left, but that's fine. We'll just eat a couple of them right here. Knowing full well, again, that there is an entire deer just to the side of us over here that has not been touched or eaten on or anything. And I didn't bring any water. That's fine. Now, we're going to go ahead and put this away. Are these cured? Beautiful. They're almost cured. That's cured. Wonderful. Put away some of this junk. I brought way too much stuff out playing around, and I should not have brought way too much stuff out playing around. Put this away. We're going to bring a pry bar back over there because we did not loot any of the things. We did not loot the lockers in the basement over there, and well, we're going to hope that we run into a little bit of food in the dam anyway. So let's go see what's down here. We'll go ahead and finish all of the dam. I'm actually going to be rather sad. We're probably going to end up with a memento. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind how much more we're going to loot Mystery Lake. Again, we're kind of at a point now where what I want to do is hit the easy to loot stuff kind of thing. So we'll see how things go. I'm not trying to pad time is the point I'm trying to say here. I don't need to pad time. However, there are a bunch of lockers over here. Probably not going to get much. We need to warm up anyway and break the hypothermia. I know we're kind of leaving things laying around all over the place, and it may or may not make any sense other than just to me. Oh, the box is over there. Crud. You know what? I'm not worried about it. Let's go. We can catch it on the way back if we feel like it. Come on. You're indoors. It's fine. We don't have to walk slower just because we're indoors. Oh, and then we have a nice long walk between here and the farmhouse. But I do want to at least get to the farmhouse before the end of the episode. So we'll probably do another kind of a time-lapse thingy. But let's at least do this cabinet here. Thank you. And pass time long enough to get rid of the hypothermia risk. Cool. What's over here? Nada. Hey, I saw that out of the corner of my little eye. Nice. It's interesting that that's still here. I'm wondering if the hammer's here now. Well, we'll check that on the way back. It's gonna be next episode, but we'll check that on the way back. That's cool. That means I can leave one of you guys behind then. I still bring it because we're at that carcass harvesting, or that we're still at carcass harvesting at a low enough level that a hacksaw can be faster at times, or within a couple of minutes of harvesting things. Plus, again, this is an infinitely repairable tool versus your these right here. This thing can harvest what it takes to fix it as long as you have a toolbox. So it is definitely a thing to carry even late game if you want to try to save on a knife or, you know, your hatchet. So let's go out here. And again, I'm probably just we'll just take a walk. This is gonna maybe be a pretty long one, but we'll see. Oh boy, I was gonna just continue that, but thank you, Pleasant Valley. I guess I get to show something then. Let me show you something then. Normally what I will do in Pleasant Valley is from this cave entrance, I will go over to Hilltop Cave over there, across over to Signal Hill, through that little wooded area, off the side of the mountain, and over towards the farmhouse across the open space. When it's this foggy, I will not do that. It's something about the game that I just don't choose. When it's this foggy, your ears and your knowledge of the map help you. One thing that you should be hearing right now is a waterfall that's over there. That's the direction you go. Oh, and I didn't check this guy. How terrible of me. We're going to go towards the waterfall, which is a bad thing because there is a bear over here. And I guess for the last little bit of this episode, we're going to show you some of the terrain. No, it's going to clear up nicely. What you do if you're trying to get to the other side is you either spend a little bit of time in the cave and wait for the fog to clear up, or you walk towards the waterfall, which we'll just go ahead and do this time because we've already been to Signal, and I don't believe we left anything up there that was of any use, except for maybe a hammer. And I guess we can also pick up some sticks while we're at it. But if you follow that around, you have to be careful of the bear cave, so you have to be listening for him. But that will take you to this river. This river will go down the side of the hill over here, off the edge, and just kind of go over to another set of waterfalls. Under this bridge, which I guess if you want to, you can take this road all the way over to the town. We were going to go this way anyway. Normally, I wanted to go back by the pond over here and pick some things. But yes, you get down here on this, you follow it all the way to the end, you jump over the mountain, you go back down, you pick up the waterfall, you pick the river back up, it will take you up underneath Heartbreak Bridge, I believe, and right past the farmhouse, right by the cattails that I always speak of leaving. Pleasant Valley is a bear to try to wander around in if you are unsure of the terrain and things around you. Once you understand where the rivers go, they built highways that you can follow even in the thickest, nastiest fog or the worst blizzards of any one of them. Now I'm going to come over here and grab a couple of cattails, and then we will continue back on to the farmhouse where we're going to end it for today. Today's going to be a little bit of a longer one. Again, you can, like I said, kind of follow and listen for the waterfalls and kind of work your way off the hill over here and follow the river, which we're going to go do because it's the easiest way to do a few things. But, like, again, if you're careful, you can just kind of scoot right down this hill, not even really trying to do anything. You'll keep the waterfall to your left, or you can actually go around the other side and find the rope that's a ways over there by where we had the bear, but this river will take you right past the farmhouse. Lower Falls, hello. It's also taking us by some more cattails and a couple of other things. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to go over here, we're going to get ourselves collected up, get warmed back up, get some water in us, get a few things sorted, and probably turn right around and head back towards Mystery Lake. There is no real reason for us to stay. I was thinking maybe what I would do is take a pry bar and kind of smash through some of the cars around here. We're going to take a pry bar to the one locker that is underneath the basement, or I should say in the basement, and I guess there was a deer corpse over there, and the one car that is right here, which I guess we should probably get up on the hill for over here very quickly. No bear. Fortunately, there is the fire where we let an entire bear go away. Sad. I know. But it is what it is.
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
Hinterland wanted it that way. There's nothing I can do about it. What's in this car? Nothing. Well, then we get to pop the other one open. Oh, right. We left some stuff over here. This is where the skin was, right? I almost forgot where I put this. There's stuff in this one, plus a whole bunch of stuff in the other one. Correct? How bad did it get? 56%. Nice. All right. There should be something else laying in here, right? Guts? Searched. More guts. Oh, hey. Spare parts. I knew we had things left over. We had plans to do other things in a different fashion. All right, let's go back over to the barn, and then we can... Or the barn. We are in the barn. Farmhouse. And then we can end this one and pick it right back up in the next one. Maybe. I might just put her to bed. We might try to... Theoretically, we can make things way less by crafting a few things, but we don't have enough food at this point to help. And I did not get close enough. Well, we're halfway through. Yeah. I'm not planning on spending any more time in Pleasant Valley. We're going to go ahead and pop the trunk on this one car because I don't think we did it over here. Keep your eyeballs open for a wolf or a bear.
Need something to drink.
Oh, you will be fine, my dear. You act like 2 red arrows is the world's worst thing in the world when there's probably water sitting right there. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to gather up everything that is laying around except for that thing. And, well, we're going to head back to Coastal Highway. What am I saying? Back to Mystery Lake in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to... Wow, I left a lot of stuff laying around here. I completely forgot. I'm going to very quickly take stock of all the things that are laying around in here that we're going to need. And, well, head back. So, in the next one. See ya.